What's up guys, your boy Retro88, and today I have a special guest from the Miss Philippines UK 2023, the candidate number 8, Bianca.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm very well, thanks. So Bianca competed for the Miss Philippines UK 2023, and yeah, what are we waiting for? Are you ready for the Q&A?
I'm very ready.
Let's go. So the first question is, what made you decide to enter the Miss Philippines UK 2023 and compete?
So, what made me decide to enter Miss Philippines UK? I have a bit of a backstory behind this. So, it was actually in 2022. So, last year I went to Philly Fest, which is in London.
Yeah.
It's organised by UCL, and just a lot of Filipinos just come and celebrate. And there's lots of performances and games. And I remember seeing Miss Philippines UK 2019 at Akisha, as well as the second runner-up, Kiara.
Yeah, shout out to
shout out to them.
And Kiara.
Yes, much love for them. And basically they were modelling, I think, and there was a bunch of other models and they were on the stage. And I remember seeing them and I was just so in awe of them. I was like, oh wow. I went with my friend and I was saying to her like, oh my goodness, like they look incredible, and the modelling was so cool, and they got introduced as Miss Philippines UK and the second runner up. I think they were with the Royalties, which is like a pageantry sort of coaching company. And I remember I went not backstage, it was inside the building, and I saw them practicing like their model walking, and I just remember saying to my friend like, oh, we should get a picture with them just for the memories, and just have that like memory to keep. So we were quite nervous to go up to them, but yeah, we got a picture, and they were really lovely when we spoke to them. So that's the backstory behind it, and I think that sort of introduced me to the pageant itself.
Oh, nice.
And then I think I wanted to join in 2022, I think. Because obviously it's in September. The Philly Fest was June, I believe. Yeah. So, but I think I messaged the Instagram saying, oh, are you...
DM me.
Yeah, DMs. Asking if they're doing the pageant. I don't think I got a response actually, but it wasn't till this year. So I saw Atakisha posted the Miss Philippines UK 2023. So she had all the details about it, and she just said to message her to ask what was included in the pageant. And I remember she mentioned like the walking components, Q&A, and the second that I heard dancing was involved, I was like, okay, I thought, let me join. But I was somewhat hesitant a little bit to join, I think. Sorry.
But at least you had this mindset of you wanna be part of it, and obviously you know what they say, in life you have to create opportunity.
Absolutely.
You build a door, you have to communicate with someone who is there already. Obviously that's with Keisha. So she basically the bridge between you entering the MP UK 2023. So yeah, thumbs up to Bianca for doing that, having that confidence. And obviously I know you're very competitive as well.
I am, yes.
All Filipinos does, but it runs throughout our ethnicity. So yeah, shout out to all of us. You ready for the second question?
I am ready.
Okay, second question. Who inspires you in the world of beauty pageant, and why?
Okay, so I have two people and one special mention I'd like to give. So I mean, I'll start with the special mention. So the current Miss Universe Philippines, Michelle D. She is absolutely incredible. I watched her during Miss Universe, and she performed so amazingly. I think she deserved, honestly, to be in the top 5.
Yeah, exactly.
But I was
too many politics going on.
I agree. I've seen the controversies
after the competition. But I'm sure all the Filipinos would say that she should have been there. but it is what it is. Even though you didn't, gone up to top 5 Miss Shodi, we rooted for you, so that's all that matters. And there's always next time. But yeah, you did really made yourself well, very constructed during your performance, and obviously we're very proud of you.
Yeah, I agree. 'Cause I was even following her journey before I watched Miss Universe Philippines. I saw how well she did. Her evening walk was absolutely spectacular, and even her advocacy with spreading awareness for autism. I know that she has siblings who are on the autistic spectrum, so I found that very inspirational.
Yeah.
And even after the pageant, the way she carried herself and just moving forward with it. So yeah, that's
good.
my special mention. And then the two main people that inspire me. The first one, I think it might be a bit cliche, but I'd say Pia Wurtzbach.
Yeah.
So I remember in Miss Philippines UK when we were preparing for the Q&As, one of the questions was, I think it was something related to like your role model or something like that. And I had a mentoring session with Ate Krista.
Yeah.
And
shout out to Krista.
Shout out to Krista. And I remember I struggled a bit with this question. I put Pia as my answer, but then I think I didn't really know necessarily why. Like, she was so inspirational to me personally. And Krista really tried to make me think hard and dig deep. And I think I kind of reflected on that, and what I like about Pia so much is not only is she like in my sort of generation, like the first Miss Universe, and everyone remembers the infamous way she became Miss Universe. Apart from all of that, obviously she was very inspirational in that sense. But I think what I like the most about her is not only is she obviously very successful, she's very beautiful, but she's not afraid to show her flaws. Her vulnerabilities. I've done a bit of like research behind her, and she's spoken out about her mental health, her struggles like with failing Miss Universe Philippines, and how she got back up with that. Even like her relationships and what she learned from those family struggles. So I think it just makes her more relatable and more. I respect the courage that she has to share those personal things about her to quite a big platform. So that's for Pia. And the final person I say in the world of beauty pageants that inspires me has to be my mum.
Of course.
So
Bianca's
shout out to my mum.
Raising her well.
So yeah, I think it was in her university days, she won a pageant. It was related to she is a nurse, so it was related to, it was like a nursing sort of.
But she competed.
Yeah, it was a nursing pageant. I think it was called like Miss Mary Johnston, something like that. I think that was the hospital that she worked at, so it was in the Philippines.
I hope it's not something like Miss Nightingale or something.
Yeah, so I remember she showed me like pictures of her when back in the day when she did the pageant, and I think
was it in the Philippines?
Yeah, it was in the Philippines. And I remember I was looking at it to find inspirations for what to wear for Miss Philippines UK. This outfit actually is my casual wear outfit that I wore.
Oh yeah, I do remember. I do remember.
And it was quite similar to something my mum wore in her pageant. I think in the casual wear round. But my mum, she won the pageant.
Oh, amazing! Amazing! Well done, well done, mum.
Well done, mum. And yeah, just in general, my mum is honestly, if I could be half the woman that she is, I would be. That is a life well lived. She's very strong-headed. She's faced a lot of challenges in her life, but she's so resilient, and she's got the strongest work ethic I know, and
that's why she's special, isn't it?
Yeah, of course.
I mean, like, you wouldn't be where you are now without your mum and your dad.
Absolutely.
So yeah, big up to all the parents out there who have kids, for going through struggles, despite everything that life throws at them. They still go back up like get back up and stay strong. So big up to Bianca's mom again. You really inspire your daughter. Well done to you. Okay, we're moving to the third question. So the third question is, how well do you think you performed during the Miss Philippines UK 2023?
So I think not only do I think about the night itself of the coronation night of Miss Philippines UK, but I also want to take into consideration how well I did during rehearsals and like the lead up and the transformation from the first rehearsal all the way up until coronation night. So I'll start with the journey there. I think I'd say that I remember going to the first rehearsal not knowing what to expect. It's very unfamiliar environment, but I remember meeting a few of the girls for the first time and we got along so well, and then we started doing the walks. And looking back now, I remember the first video that they took of us doing, I think it was casual wear that we started practicing, compared to the last few weeks of training or the coronation night itself. And I can just see the transformation in my confidence, in the way that I walked. Even we practiced voice projections as well. I became very strong in my voice projections.
So there's a lot of skills that you had to learn before the coronation.
It was very rigorous.
It sounds very
training.
tough.
It was.
Sounds very tough.
It was. I think Ate Krista was quite. She was. I described the way she mentored as sort of like a tough love.
Yeah.
Do you know? I think a lot of the girls would agree with that. She you know that she wanted the best for us.
Yeah.
But I think that she had to be stern at times.
Yeah.
To make sure that we could reach our maximum potential. Definitely. And I'll never forget the duck walks that we had to do. I think any of the girls will forget that. The duck walks and
that duck walks with your colleagues as well, fellow candidates that I did in the Q&A as well. They mentioned the duck walks was the most challenging part, because I think you get punished if you don't do it right.
Yeah, if you came late, you
so
had
the
to
discipline is
definitely
very top notch.
Absolutely. So yeah, I'd say in rehearsals I can see a massive transformation from the first week to coronation night, and then coronation night itself, I think as a whole I did relatively well. I think there's some areas where that could have been improved or that I would do differently if I were to do it again. But as a whole, I think I did quite well. My favourite part was probably it was definitely the dances. I had so much fun doing those, and I was really in my element for that.
I mean, like as a spectator during that night, obviously I'm also a dancer. I was impressed with all of you guys. I can see the result of your trainings and how synchronized you guys have to be, especially with the, during that, what kind of dance was it when you have a partner?
Oh, the Latin.
Yeah, the Latin dance. It was very well synced, and it was just amazing to see from the crowd how focused and how the concentration levels that you have. It's just amazing. Moving on to the fourth question. Describe in one word your experience after competing in the Miss Philippines UK 2023 for the first time.
So the word that I would choose is grateful.
Yeah.
And the reason that I would choose that word is I just feel so grateful for every aspect of being in Miss Philippines UK, from the very beginning to have the opportunity to even do a pageant such as Miss Philippines UK, to follow in the footsteps of my mum. Grateful for the friends that I made along the way, as well as the mentors that I had who really encouraged me to grow, not just in terms of the walking or the dancing or what was actually in the pageant, but also as a person. I grew a lot in confidence, in general as a person. I learned more about my culture, and I developed a love for Filipino culture more so than I had before. And I also feel grateful beyond the pageant as well for opportunities such as this.
Yeah, of course.
Definitely. And
you deserve this anyway.
Thank you. And also very recently I have had the opportunity to volunteer with a program that provides access to education for Filipino children. So yeah,
super cool.
It was part of my advocacy in Miss Philippines UK as working as a tutor. It was something close to my heart to spread awareness on the lack of access to education that some children experience. So yeah,
that's very good. I mean, obviously it's very important for anyone to have access in terms of with education. Obviously, how Filipino parents raise their kids is they prioritize their kids' education before anything else, before even themselves. So, you know, I Filipino myself, despite not being born here in the UK but born in the Philippines and grew up here, I accumulated the culture that we have deeper than what others that we for example you were born here, isn't it?
yes.
So we learn from each other and in every aspects in life, and I would say it's the parents' dedication when it comes to prioritizing their education. So having that opportunity is I would say it's a very privilege to hear. So well done to you. Now for the last question, why is it important to acknowledge your heritage roots of where you came from?
So I think when I think about that question, I sort of think of my personal story in terms of finding the love for my culture and my roots. So being born in the UK, in London, and then growing up, the area that I live in is the schools I went to were majority white, and I think at one point I was like the only Filipino in the class.
Okay.
I wasn't necessarily that close to my culture when I was younger.
Yeah.
And I sort of felt like I stood out. And I think as I got older, I grew to love my culture. I became the president of my Filipino society at my university.
Yeah.
And I got lots of opportunities from that to, for example, modelling the Filipino wear, like the Filipiniana.
Oh yeah.
Joining Miss Philippines UK, I think I just gained a lot more appreciation for my culture, for my roots. And it's good to acknowledge where you came from. I definitely I'm more confident in myself. I love like who I am, and I'm not like afraid to show that, and I'm very proud to show it off, and I take every opportunity to do that.
Yeah.
So I think it's important to acknowledge your roots.
I mean, personally, right now, looking at Bianca, I can see she's a humble person, and she was raised to be humbled. So that's the greatest, I would say, kind of qualities that you would possess as a Filipino, to be proud of you being Filipino with your ancestors, heritage, roots, wherever it is. Just do yourself proud and just be yourself, to be honest. I mean, like you said, going to a school with a lot of white people, no offense, and being different it's really tough to be I would say the one that would stand out more for being different, but at the same time you are still trying your best to blend in and into the culture where you're not really familiar with. Like Bianca said, she was born here. Obviously inside she's Filipino, but obviously in the society she's mixed with the English culture, so she has to adapt to it. Similar to how I try to adapt myself here, being born in the Philippines and growing up here. It was really difficult, obviously, language barrier, the different cultural tradition that the English culture has. It's not easy. Obviously, if you are prepared for change, to be a better person and to improve yourself as a person, it's really up to you. But you did yourself proud.
Thank you.
for doing what you did, especially now you are the president of the Philsoc, isn't it?
Yes, Philsoc.
So yeah, you have to cherish your president, look after her. Obviously, there's only one Bianca in this world. Yeah, you know, but you know, I admire your character
Thank you.
as a person, not just for being a beauty pageant candidate. So keep doing what you do, and yeah, all the best.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so that's all for the 5 questions for this Q&A. But yeah, let's talk about the event. I just want to raise up something. Obviously, during the coronation night, you being one of the candidates, despite not being crowned with any award or anything, how did you feel about being on backstage during the announcement of the winners?
Yeah, so I think this topic is quite controversial, and I've had quite a few of the girls give their opinions on this situation, and I completely agree with what they said. So I think they sort of agreed that it wasn't necessarily fair that we were put backstage and we weren't able to share the moment despite not being winning. We should still be up there with everyone else and to celebrate our own personal achievements, and sort of as a full circle moment from the start of rehearsals to the end, and we weren't given that opportunity to do so. I think it was sort of received as the winners, the people that didn't win were sort of hidden away backstage, which obviously people didn't like that. So I think definitely in the future for next year's Miss Philippines UK and beyond that, I think that is something that they should do, have all the candidates on stage to share the moment and just, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I completely agree with you. Being part of the crowd, watching you guys perform from the beginning till the end, I personally thought that was, you know, a very weird feeling not to see you guys, like not to see all of the candidates being on stage, in spite of not being crowned with any kind of awards or anything like that. But just, you know, like whoever's, you know, I mean, like for the organizers, food for thought. I mean, maybe in the future, you know, in all aspects of beauty pageant, we would be best to show them during the ending part of the event. It just gives them pride in what they've done for that night, and to be proud of themselves despite not winning of anything. I was just like, I was surprised. Yeah, very surprised, because I do watch beauty pageants on the TV, and normally they all stand on stage, and then if someone being awarded, they congratulate them. There's like this girly moments of you know, being emotional, and I'm sure it was emotional for everyone backstage, not being not being called up on stage, and you know, not being able to show your faces at the end of the coronation. So that's one thing I would say, you know, something to be highlighted for the next one. But other than that, you know, I did enjoy it. You know, it was my first time as well coming there. It does make a difference when you watch it live.
Yes.
The tension and the joy as well when you performing, and I think that wow factor when you like doing your duck walks. It was amazing. All the different categories of, you know, when you're changing your
the quick change.
your wear, your dress and everything, the quick change. So I guess congratulations to you for taking part of the Miss Philippines UK 2023. I mean, it's all about experience. It isn't about just winning awards and everything. Because, you know, if you think about it, if you come for the competition having the mentality of just winning, you wouldn't enjoy it. You'd be in a lot of pressure, and you be too anxious, about your fellow candidates, or who's gonna be, who's gonna do, who's gonna do this. It won't give you that peace of mind. So, you have to, from your perspective, from what I saw from you, you did the right thing of entering the competition and just enjoyed every moment. You had good people that you met there, you became friends, you good relationship with them. So that's the thing. I think that's the most priceless award that you will gain during that event. So but that's it. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoy this Q&A and that little conversation about the Miss Philippines UK 2023 event for this year. And we look forward for the Miss Philippines UK 2024. Can't believe it's almost New Year.
I know, where does this time go?
Yeah, imagine. Are you competing again?
We'll have to see.
Yeah, it's a surprise, guys. If you see Bianca, then that's when she made up her mind.
Yeah.
But obviously, I'm sure you saw my highlight videos of the event. You can see Bianca's there doing her duck walks and her performance, her dancing and everything. But yeah, this won't be our last collab. Hopefully in the future we'll be doing more collabs. But yeah, thank you for being part of this amazing Q&A and for sharing your thoughts and your opinions about everything. And good luck to whatever you do in the future, your career and this beauty pageant aspects of life. You have the potential, so keep going. Anyway, guys, make sure to give this video a like, subscribe down to my channel. I know I've reached my target, unexpectedly, so I'm gonna use what Bianca said, the word that she said. I'm grateful for all of you guys, so love y'all. And smash that notification bell to keep me updated for my future vlogs. We'll see you next time. Peace.
Bye.